Yeah. So let me. That's why I cannot depend on Windows. So I do not trust Windows at all. But still, it's going to be all having all these kinds of problems. So it does not really give you to do much really productive work. We will keep on working on these viruses and malwares, spywares, everything. So, okay, let me try to get from here. It's for some reason it's not actually as nice as the other one, because settings. Yeah, it's a big stuff. So much nuisance here. So we are in the process of learning JavaScript. Are you able to finish something more than what I have told, or are you still at the point? Any questions or any doubts with the point? See the thing that I have mentioned. Right. So are you clear about arrays and objects? How do you define an object? How do you define a JavaScript object? There is no class as such, but how do you define a JavaScript object? An object which has properties and values. So like how do you define an object? Can you recall the knowledge that we have acquired so far? Say, for example, O is an object. O equal to curly brace begin. So object, the property name. So for example, name. It's not E colon. Then Ramesh and the end. Ramesh, comma. Say height. Say 182. Now O is an object. Again, recalling the same thing again for your information. O is an object now. O is an object. So similarly, to define sorry. Right? So this is how you can keep it. Now A is an array. Am I right? So A of 3 is what? 0, 1, 2, 3. A of 3 is how much? 4. A of 6 is what? 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Object. A of 6 is an object. So I'm just refreshing the knowledge of, basically we are going to work on these things. Now you can create an array inside another array also. Now A is an array. Let me create another array B. Let me create another array B is equal to A. B contains A and also some more elements. And also some more elements. 10, 20, 30. Another array. So it's a two-dimensional array now. B is an array which is containing another array A as the first element and another array 10, 20, 30 is the second element. Now B is going to be a two-dimensional array. B is going to be a two-dimensional array containing another array and another two arrays. So the first array contains 7 elements, second array contains 3 elements. Right? So now if you want to access B of 0, 0, what will be the value? B of 0, 0. What is it? You can refer it. What is the reference value? 1. B of 0, 5 will be what? B of 0, 5 will be what? B. String B. Right? So then B of 0, 6 dot name is what? B of 0, 6 is what? Is an object. B of 0, 6 dot name is what? Ramesh. So you need to understand these things. As long as you keep on practicing, you will be understanding it. Now I am going to ask you a question. Can I keep an object inside another object? Can I keep an object inside another object? That's my question now. Can you please test and let me know? Can I make another object, say P, which contains object O? P must be an object, not an array. Any other person? Some person told no. Any other person? Any other room? Other rooms? Can I keep an object inside another object? Telling this. Yeah, it must be possible because that's why the document object modeling is available. So, for example, let me make a P object containing another object, say obj1 or something X. I'm sorry, obj1, which is containing object O. Now P is an object containing another object. P contains an object which is containing another object inside. So P dot obj1 dot P dot object1 dot name is what? P dot object1 dot name is what? Ramesh. P dot object1 dot height 182. Now let me change this value. P dot object1 dot height is equal to 200 or 184. Let me change the P dot object1 dot height value is 184. Now what is the value of O dot height? What is the object height? P dot object1 dot height is 184, but O dot height must also be the same. because they are all referring to the same object. And even b dot, okay, b of 0 of 6 dot name should dot height also should be the same, 184, since all of them are pointing to the same object. So if you change the properties of an object, the object properties are changed everywhere wherever the object is being referenced. So you are actually referencing the object, but you are not keeping a copy of the object. Please understand the importance of it. Okay, so again and again, why am I insisting all these things? You need to understand the document object modeling, and as well as other things also. Arrays. Most of the work is usually happens on strings, objects, and other things. Now let me move on to, where am I? JavaScript objects is done, huh? We have got to know functions. We have got to know objects now. You can define an object. Can I add a function to an object? Can I add a function to an object? That's my question now. My object is gone anyway. Let me not worry about it. Can I add a function to an object? Right? So O is an object. Okay, I will come back. Why do you need to spend time there? So JavaScript scope. What is a scope? What is called scope? The variable, the availability of a variable, basically. The availability of a variable and its value across a object or a code block is called scope. So what are the scopes? Set of variables, objects, and functions you have access to, right? So what is the scope here? I already talked about it. There is a local scope and global scope. Local scope and global scope. If you define anything like this, var followed by something, what is it? Local scope, local to the function. If you just remove var, it will be global. So if you do not put the var in front of a variable name inside a function, that variable becomes a global variable. Do you want to check it? Let me show you. Function A or my function. A is equal to 10. My function A is equal to 10. It's not going to do anything. Just I'm assigning the value A is equal to 10. That's it. Now let me call the function. Is A is defined? Is A defined there? No, A is not defined. A is not defined. Okay? But let me call my function. Let me call my function. Now, is A defined now? Where is A actually? Inside the function, but it is now available outside the function. Are you getting my point? This is what my definition of the function. Function, my function, the function block code is A is equal to 10. That's it. Means I am assigning a value of A, variable A, the value of it to be 10. Inside the function I am doing the job. Now I'm checking before calling the function. I'm checking is there a? No, there is no a at all. And now I'm calling the function. Now I'm checking the value of a. It is there 10. So means since I have not put var in front of a, it is becoming global variable. If I put a var in front of it, let me redefine the thing again. So let me redefine the function again. So now var b is equal to, var b is equal to, not a, b is equal to. Now var b is equals to function, my function, same my function I am redefining. I am redefining my function. Now is there a b? It's not defined. Let me call my function. Is there a b? It's not still defined. It's not still defined. So you need to understand these things. You need to practice and get to know. You have to have the firm knowledge on all these things. So just remove var in front of the variable name to make any variable to global variable. If you do not want to that value to be carried forwarded to global other functions and all, don't put var. So that's what you are supposed to do. Automatically global. This is automatically global. Okay? If you do not put var in front of it, that automatically becomes a global variable. Lifetime of a JavaScript variables. What is the lifetime of a JavaScript variables? Until you refresh, there are two lifetimes. Within the function lifetime and within the page lifetime. If you refresh or reload the page, all the things will be gone. Local variables are deleted when the function is completed, when you close the page. Only within the page life. As long as the page is in loaded state, it's okay. If you reload the page and all, it will be again a fresh attempt. They are not available. For example, let me reload the same page. What did I do? My function is available, am I right? If I reload this, it is gone. Now my function is not available for me. Let me completely reload it. But the history may be available. The history may be available, but the function is not available. Let me try to execute my function. It's not defined. The life of the function is also gone. Yeah, JavaScript events. What is JavaScript events? So whenever you click something, whenever your page, there is some activity in the page. If you want to do something, you can also invoke the JavaScript. So means some HTML element, some event, you can call some JavaScript code. That's what we have already done. Again, let me try to show you. On click, whenever you click a button, you want to call a particular thing, you can do it. So this is whenever you put something, an event equal to something, this whatever the event equal to anything that you put is going to be rendered as JavaScript. But if you want to make sure that it's to be JavaScript, put JS in the front, JS colon in the front. If you really re-emphasize that it's a JavaScript code, JS colon, you can also do that. Otherwise, you can just give it the code inside double quotes and other single quotes, then that will be executed as a JavaScript code. Already we have done. What is this? You already know what is this. Hmm? No. No. Have you tried? Can you try this? What happens? This means what? This is the object. Button object will be referred here. This is a button. This button object will be referred here. And the time will be replaced by the current time. You check it. Just write a small thing here. File, save as. So inside this, you put a button on click is equals to this dot inner HTML is equals to date is a function method. If you click here, the same thing is being replaced. The same button, the text value is being replaced. Whenever you click here, it is going to be updated. The time is getting updated whenever you click it. Right? So that is, this means the referencing value. Whoever is actually invoking the action is the object that is actually being referred. This means that is the meaning of it. Whoever is invoking the thing. So I will also come back to the same thing. We will be using them too for some of the cases. So that is where we normally refer this. Calling functions. Because you can also do something like this also. So let me also do so same thing in different way. Script function set date or show date of x. Show date at x. Okay, x dot inner HTML is equal to date. Because what do we do? I'm just changing this one to show date of this. And what am I doing actually? I'm passing this object to show date. So that this will be replaced by, actually x will be replaced by this. So it means you assume that x is going to be just this dot and HTML date. So this also will do the same job. So for example, it's got set now. So this is a new code. If you want to see that, we use source. It's a function show date, right? So the same code now we can use it in multiple things. For example, let me show you another thing. Input type is equal to text on blur or on focus show date. ఇక్కడ మార్చాలి కాకపోతే restart val అని మార్చాలి. సో ఇక్కడ ఇన్నర్ HTML వాడాను కాబట్టి ఓకే. Inner HTML is not first input type cover. This is not going to be an inner HTML, but this dot value I have to change. Anything else do I have? Div. Or some other thing else you can change. So here I need to change the val actually. Set it. You can also check the object type also. Based on that also you can do. Any other thing that we can normally use a blocked elements in which. So label can also be changed. Label one click. If you keep another button also, so same code we are actually calling that. So we are not actually sending the actual object name. We are referring the same object where the event is happening. Two objects. If I click this is the object being referred. If I click this is the object being referred. So that's what is happening. This object will refer 13. Here the date is 09 only. Here 17, here 13. So it's a kind of thing. So whichever object that you are referring, that is going to be this object. Wherever the action took place. On change, on click, on mouse over, on mouse out, on key down, on load. Common HTML elements. Okay, on click also is there it seems. Okay, let me try with instead of button, let me keep it a label. That's also getting changed. Here label also getting changed. Whenever you click there, 19, 22. Whenever you go and click there, it is getting changed. So these are the common elements. Whenever you focus it on mouse over, also you can do it. On mouse over, on mouse over. on mouse over, on mouse over. You want to change the date whenever the mouse is going onto the thing. It will get updated. Whenever your mouse move there, it will be updated. So that's how you can always keep the things. So the some events are there. On mouse over, on mouse out, on click, on load. What can a JavaScript do? So that's what I already talked about. What can all it do? JavaScript? Already anukunna HTML. We can change the content, or we can put the content, anything, and we can capture the events and do some actions, and we can change the properties of objects. We can forgot all of them. Do the programming control structures, basically. So many things are available. You can change the styles, you can change the properties, you can change the content, you can capture the events, you can take the actions, you can do some logic. There are 3 exercises, please do it. What is a string? What is a string? Collection of single quotes. So a string is a collection of characters. Okay? So string is an object, or string is a data type, or what is it? String is a data type, also kind of object. So it has got 2 different properties here. In JavaScript, string is an object as well as a data type. Understand? So for example, say n is equal to Ramesh. So Ramesh is n is a string. What is it n? Type of n is a string type. But n is also has got some properties. N dot length, 6 characters. So n has got a property called length. Whenever you are defining a string, it's going to change its property values and also keeping those values ready. N dot length is a property that you are accessing but in an object-oriented fashion. N dot length. And similarly, n of 4 is what? N of 4 is what? N of 4 is a character. Yes. Right? and there is a method available of 4. So there is a method available. String can also act as a, understand? What does it mean by mutable and immutable? So I can't change the string weight. Or anything like that, huh? What is the difference? That's what I would like to ask you. Here, there is a little bit different behavior in JavaScript. Real immutable. As it is immutable. You can do something like that. For example, I want to concatenate the string. S is equal to, or N is equal to, or S is equal to NBN. What will be the value of N now? N plus is equal to NBN. Now N is Ramesh NBN. Now N has changed. But it's not really changed. So you need to understand something here. Mutability and immutability. So basically as it is you cannot change. N of equal to, say K. I want to assign K. N of 4 is equal to K. I want to assign one string value or one something there in 4. Yes, you cannot do it. Now let me check the N value. It is saying that N of 4 is equal to K. What is the value of N? Same information. It did not complain you by assigning a value K to N of 4, but the N of 4 has not changed to K. Actually. Understand? Confuse what are you understanding with this? As it is, a string cannot be changed. If you want to assign it to some other string value, you can assign it. That is not possible in Java. Java string define this, assign this, and then only reassign a string value. The string buffer, string builder, is a word call, something like that. Right? But here you can override with some other string value. But you cannot change the string value as it is. Inside. String local character marcheleru meeru. String kavalani kotta string assign cheyochu. String potunda new string will be there. That's how N is equal to N plus K, N plus NBN or something like that. N plus NBN is going to be done first. A new string is formed. That string is assigned to N. That's it. Dynamically you can assign anything to any variable. That's what I told you. So that's what is happening. That thing is coming into the picture. But by default, the string value cannot be changed inside whenever that is there inside the thing. So you cannot just do some kind of muting there, or mutation there, or whatever it is. So there are so many methods for string. So all these things are there. Let's see one by one. So that is a card name, and okay, anyway, all these things are things. Okay, I want to put single quotes inside a string. So, for example, you can all try that. So this is okay. Since within double quotes, single quote is acceptable. This is also okay. Within double quotes, single quote is also acceptable. And this is also okay. Within single quotes, double quotes are acceptable. But if I want to put double quotes within double quotes, I want to put double quotes within double quotes. Not possible. So A is equal to it's me. Ramesh and Dean. It's me, Ramesh and Dean. You can escape them. Now, what is the value of A? A is a string containing double quotes within double quotes. You see that? So you need to escape such things. And I want to put single quote within single quote. Same escape single quote. So text is equal to ZYXW VU TSRQPONMLKJIH GFEBCBU. Text. What is the length of the text? txt.length. Must be, if I missed any one of the characters, it must not be 26. Or if I, okay, I don't know. So it's a 26. I did not miss any. Or I might have typed double things. But whatever it is. So you can, that's what I got to know. There is a property called length. Okay? So there is a property called length. So text.length. This is what we want to do. So escape character. Already I had mentioned. Double quotes within double quotes. And single quotes within single quotes. Backspace. Okay, don't put backspace whenever it is in the double quotes. So for example, if you might be doing this something like this. A is equals to, or what is the A value here? A. Okay. So B is equal to single quote, yeah, I am Ramesh. What will be the case now? Okay, it actually taking into backspace. That's unfair. So luckily earlier it was not the case. Now it is taking it. So now things are being changed very day. Now earlier they used to keep the backslash itself as it is. Now they are not keeping it, no problem. So carry the return. Long lines of code you can break it, I already talked about. You can also do like this. If you want to have a continuation of it, you can also use a backslash. It's a continuation character. Means though they typed hello dolly is typed in two different lines, it's not going to be a two different line thing. It's a single line hello dolly. So if you keep the backslash, if you do not keep backslash, then it will be two lines code. There will be a break of the line. So you can also try that. Okay, I don't know, but here it's but you can try there. Okay, anyway. So you got to know string concatenation. Inner HTML you can also do it. Strings can be objects. That's what I already told you. Strings can also be objects. So new string, you can also call it as a new string. So there's something like new string can also be used. So instead of assigning directly John, you can also keep John. So for example, x is equal to Ramesh, y is equal to new string of Ramesh. new string of Ramesh. So is okay, new string of Ramesh. Now what is the x and y? Is x equal to y? Yes. Is x equal to y? Yes. Is x triple equal to y? Is x triple equal to y? No. So both the cases are string, but the second case string is an object. The first case string is a string. Type of y. It's an object. Type of x is a string. Right? So you can also define a string with a thing called string object. String object. Now, so whenever there is a string object like this, y dot or y of 2 is equal to say k. It is not changed. It's not changed. Y of 2 actually it's m. Same m2 m only. It's not also changing. So it's also not changing. But okay. Say immutable. Check it. X equal to y equal both since both values. So triple equal to y, they are not equal. Both are different types. One is a one and the pardon me. So JavaScript objects cannot be compared. Objects cannot be compared. There's another problem. Both of John itself, but they are not comparable. X and Y. String properties and methods. So construct we got to know length and prototype always to add in properties and methods to an object. Then also do it. Prototype. I will show you as a. So there is something called caret. Already shown you. So just like y of 2 or y dot caret of 2, both are same. Character coded. You can also get the unique code of the character. So y dot char coded. So 109. M value is 100 ASCII value. Right? Otherwise, if you want to get character code of A dot char code at 0. A is a string. I want to get the character code of capital A. How much? Can anybody know capital A value, ASCII value? 65. You need to refer some numbers directly in the mind forever, rest of your life. Capital A is always equal to 65. You can directly calculate any other thing there from there onwards. And similarly, small a, 97. In between these two, 26, 65 plus 26 is how much? And who are there in between? 65 plus 26. Okay, actually 25 I am supposed to do. Okay, 26. So 91. Who is 91? Z. No. Z ఎందుకు Z అవ్వకూడదుగా. Try Z. Z 90 అవ్వాలి కదా, అందు నుంచి Z అవ్వదు. Who is 91? 91 మన small a అవుతుందా అవ్వదు. There is somebody between a capital Z and small a. Who are they? 0, 0. So there are characters between this and that. Okay, if you want to get that also, you can get it. So from char code. So from char code converts directly something. So string dot from char code. From char code. What is the code value? 91. So there is a square bracket. So there is square bracket. So it is a these kinds of functions are called whenever without using an object directly you are calling that function. That kind of function are called. What kind of functions are there? What kinds of methods are there? ఇటువంటి మెథడ్స్ ని ఏమంటాం? ఎనానిమస్ కాల్. ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ వాడి ఒక ఫంక్షన్ మెథడ్ కాల్ చేస్తే అది ఒక మెథడ్, అదొక మోడల్. దాటి క్లాస్ నేమ్ వాడే ఒక మెథడ్ని వాడుతున్నామంటే అటువంటి మెథడ్ని ఏమంటామని చెప్పాలి. Static. Yes, static methods. So there are some static methods like this. So you can directly use those static methods. So if you want to know a particular ASCII value equal to some other thing, then you can also get to know all these things. So 92, 93, 94, so on and so forth, you can always see all those values. Concat. Just like using plus operator, you can also use concatenation of two or more strings here. So similarly, you can concatenate as many strings as you want. Right? So there are something. I will not do much. So slice. Slice. What is slice? Slice చేయడం అంటే ఏంటి? మ్యాంగో స్లైస్. So slice means taking out a piece of something. So ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఎక్కడికి అనేది చెప్తే మీకు సరిపోతుంది slice. Okay? So that is n is a string కదా మనకి నేమ్ n dot slice of so నెంబర్ చెప్పాలి. So 5 or 3 to 6. So you will be getting slice of 3 from 3 to 6. You will be getting a slice from 3 to 6. But ఏంటి ఆ స్లైస్ అయిందని ఆ మొక్క తీసేసినట్టే కదా, రమేష్లో విఎస్హెచ్ పోయినట్టేనా? ఇప్పుడు ఏదైనా మ్యాంగోలో స్లైస్ తీసుకున్నాం అంటే మ్యాంగోలో ఆ స్లైస్ పోయినట్టే కదా, కానీ ఇక్కడ పోదు. ఎన్ అలాగే ఉంటుంది, మళ్ళీ స్లైస్ తీసుకున్నారని చెప్పి ఎన్లోంచి ఈఎస్హెచ్ పోదు. You are just taking a copy of it, a slice copy you are making it, but not really taking out the slice. Real గా మీరు స్లైస్ తీసుకున్నట్టు కాదు అది. Okay, so now I want to put n dot split. Split కి ఏదో ఒక ఇన్పుట్ ఇవ్వాలి. స్పేస్ మీద స్ప్లిట్ చేయి. ఎక్కడైతే స్పేస్ వచ్చిందో అక్కడల్లా దాన్ని ముక్కలు చేసి మల్టిపుల్ స్ట్రింగ్స్ కింద అరేస్ కింద తయారు చేసి ఇచ్చేయి. n dot split is n1. n1 is equal to n1 is equals to n dot split. Now n1 is going to contain two more strings as an array. n1 of 0 is Ramesh, n1 of 1 is Indian. So you can split an array as string based on something. For example, let me show you another example here. Say data. Data is equals to, say something like Ramesh, 42, Novartis, Hyderabad, India. ఇలా ఉంది, ఒకే స్ట్రింగ్ ఉంది మీ దగ్గర, సింగిల్ స్ట్రింగ్. దిస్ ఇస్ సింగిల్ స్ట్రింగ్. నేమ్, ఏజ్, company, city, country, and phone number. Based on that, it's a kind of thing what you have. Now you are asked to process this data. What do you do? ఇలాంటి సింగిల్ స్ట్రింగ్ లో వచ్చిన డేటాను ప్రాసెస్ చేయమని అడిగారు. What do you observe here? What is your observation here? Each value is being separated by colon. Now what do you do? Simply data. Now you collect the data. Okay? So data array or data array is equal to data dot split. There is split character ఏంటి? దేని మీద స్ప్లిట్ చేయాలి? Colon. Split on colon. Just like string tokenizer. You are tokenizing the string into multiple tokens. Instead of taking multiple tokens, you are directly collecting them into an array. It's very easy to process. Now you are going to get the array. Ramesh 42, nowadays Hyderabad, India, and the phone number. Now you have data array of, say for example, 4. 4 refers what? The country. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or okay, city. Okay, country or Untitled. 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. India. Right? So you can directly refer it. Adi data lo తీయగలమా? What is data for? Characters. So split is very, very useful method, not only in JavaScript. Wherever you go, most of the data, మీ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ రాస్తా ఏం చేస్తాం, డేటా అంతా ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది బేసిక్ గా? either it must be in the database or might be coming from forms. అంతే కదా? The forms fill చేస్తే అది వెళ్ళి database లో కూర్చోవాలి. So many things. And summary database may be available in files. So you want to process the data. Whenever you are processing the data, most of the data is in the form of strings. So without knowing or unknowingly, you need to handle the strings only. Strings are the most important development of the whole programming life. Right? So you need to understand these strings concepts. So split means split allows you to make a string into an array of substrings. So array of substring means, so Ramesh is one small substring and this is one body. Okay, is there any other thing back? I want to join the string. So split ki reverse kuda kavali kada manaki. Is there anything like that? Data array dot join on the join by colon. Data array మొత్తం జాయిన్ చేసేస్తాం. సింగిల్ స్ట్రింగ్ లా రావాలి అవుట్పుట్. You can also join them. You can also join the array. ఇప్పుడు ఈ array జాయిన్ చేయడానికి ఇంకో మెథడ్ కూడా వాడుకోవచ్చు మీరు. ఇప్పుడు ఈ array ని మొత్తం టేబుల్లో ప్రెజెంట్ చేయాలి. మళ్ళీ దాని ఫర్ లూప్ రాయకల్లా. జస్ట్ జాయిన్ అన్నాను, లోపలే ఎండ్ టీడీ ఓపెన్ టీడీ ఇచ్చాను. ఫస్ట్ టీడీ యాడ్ చేయాలి దీన్ని కన్కాటినేషన్. ప్లస్ ఇంకా కావాలంటే టీఆర్ కూడా క్లోజ్ చేసేది. మొత్తం టేబుల్ డ్రా వచ్చేసింది. ఏరేలో డేటా ఉంటే టేబుల్లో ప్రజెంట్ చేయడానికి మళ్ళీ ఫర్ లూప్ కూడా అక్కర్లా మనకి. సో జాయిన్. వాట్ హ్యాపెన్ నౌ? టీఆర్ టీడీ రమేష్, TD close, TD open 42, TD close, TD open Novartis, TD close, TD open Hyderabad, TD close, TD open India, TD close, TD open phone number, that is TD close, TR close. So simply the join operator can be used. Problem is not. Okay, so the join is very good and excellently usable operator, sorry, method for strings. Got the point here? If you have an array of things. So now if you have a two-dimensional array, to present a table, it's very easy now. It's very easy to present a table for a two-dimensional array. Search. So similarly, data.search. Ramesh in the 9866. Yeah, it's at 35. 35th character is the beginning of the 9866. So that it can search and give you the position of the thing. So data.search, you can do it. Slice, split, substring. Just like slice, for substring we expect something else. Substr extracts a part of the starting position through number of characters. That is substring. So data.substr 35 నుంచి 4 characters కావాలి నాకు. What will be the returning value? ఏం రావాలి డేటాలోంచి 35 నుంచి 4 characters. ఎట్లా మీరు ఇలా ఉంటే హౌ డు యూ అంతకుముందు డేటా సెర్చ్ చేశాను ఓ నెంబర్ రిటర్న్ చేసింది ఆ పొజిషన్ నుంచి 4 క్యారెక్టర్స్ అని అడుగుతున్నాను 9866 రావాలి అంటే యు ఆర్ నాట్ కనెక్టింగ్ ద థింగ్స్ ఇప్పుడు ఇంతకుముందు చేసిన ఒక పనిని ఐ టోల్డ్ యూ వాట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు రిటర్న్ it's going to return the search whenever it finds a value it returns the position of the value and the starting position of the value 9 ఎక్కడ ఉందో ఈ ప్యాటర్న్ the starting position అక్కడ నుంచి 4 క్యారెక్టర్స్ మనం సెర్చ్ చేసాం అవే 4 మళ్ళీ we are trying to extract it లేనిది ఇస్తే 9877 ఏమొస్తుంది చెక్ చేయండి లేనిది సేమ్ వస్తుంది సో మీరు ఫెయిల్యూర్ చెక్ చేయాలంటే -1 చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి -1 రిటర్న్ చేసిందంటే ఇట్స్ ఫెయిల్యూర్ 0 ఎందుకు రిటర్న్ చేయదు yeah 0 also is a value position 0 is also a valid position కాబట్టి 0 రిటర్న్ చేయదు ఇప్పుడు substr of 80,4 ఇచ్చాను what will it going to return అంటే beyond the string number ఇచ్చాను స్ట్రింగ్ లెంగ్త్ ఎంత మొత్తం డేటా లెంగ్త్ చూడండి ఫస్ట్ 45 ఇప్పుడు నేనేమంటాను డేటా డాట్ సబ్స్ట్ర్ ఆఫ్ 70 or 50,4 వాట్ విల్ ఇట్ గోయింగ్ టు రిటర్న్ అంతేగాని తప్పు చెప్పదు ఎర్రర్ చెప్పదు నాకు 50 క్యారెక్టర్ లేదని చెప్పదు అలా కాకుండా మీరు డేటా 50 అని అంటే అన్డిఫైన్డ్ అని చెప్తుంది సబ్ స్ట్రింగ్ కి సబ్స్ట్ర్ కి డిఫరెన్స్ స్లైస్ ఎలాగో సబ్ స్ట్రింగ్ కూడా అలాగే ఓకే సో డేటా డాట్ సబ్ స్ట్రింగ్ ఆఫ్ సేమ్ 35 until 35 comma 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 also. 35, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Okay. The last character will not be considered. Right? 4 characters I am trying to get from 35 onwards. Are they slice key? Same thing. So slice and substring will return the same thing. Please understand it. To upper, to lower, locale upper, locale lower. Locale అంటే తర్వాత చెప్తా. To upper case, to lower case, to string. ఇప్పుడు ఇంతకుముందు స్ట్రింగ్ ఉంది కదా మన దగ్గర ఏంటి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఇది y ఆబ్జెక్ట్ y డాట్ టు స్ట్రింగ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ నుంచి స్ట్రింగ్ లా అయిపోతుంది అది స్ట్రింగ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ నుంచి స్ట్రింగ్ లా తయారవుతుంది y డాట్ టు స్ట్రింగ్ సో y is a object basically so y1 now y1 is equals to y dot to string. Now y1 is not a string object. Y1 is a string. Type of y1. Type of y. So you can convert a string object to string. Next, uppercase, lowercase again here, dot, uppercase, to uppercase. Everything will become one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 blank spaces after India. And blank backslash is also a blank space. Internal see 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, Now raw data dot trim. This I have already talked about. What are they? ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ ఒక క్యారెక్టర్ కావాలంటే మనం we have two different options. ఒకటి అక్కడ ఇది concatenation we can do it in class operator or concat. ఇండెక్స్ కావాలంటే తెచ్చుకోవచ్చు ఇండెక్స్ ఆఫ్ ఒకటే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి ఇందాక ఒకటి సెట్ చేశాం కదా సెర్చ్ last index of another question here last index of for example 8 E ఉంది A ఉంది ఓకే A ఎక్కడ చూద్దాం ఇండెక్స్ ఆఫ్ పొజిషన్ లో ఉంది కాంట్ పొజిషన్ ఇక్కడ ఉంది another good function match dot match zero to 9 and a digit on a number. If it is going to occur for 4 times, I would like to check. It is there. First occurrence has occurred at position 9. అలా కాదు You can also group them. That's a different matter. So this kind of pattern, either slash majhilo avana pedite, that's going to be considered as a regular expression. Regular expressions. So meeku ala avana kavalante you can tell it anamata. You can tell it whether it is matching the pattern or not. So you can also get whether it is matching the pattern or not. So that's also you will get to know. Ala kaadu. You want to get 10-digit number. 10-digit number matching anything between 0 to 9. So the whole phone number will be written out of it. So that's how you can always get it. So different things you can always do it. So regular expressions, I will repeat those things again. Match. Match is going to take the regular expression. Regular expression. Mere theory of automated and formal language. So string dot replace. Without I would like to ask you a question. Dot replace. What happens? String dot replace. So it is going to replace a string. String local value replace as for example, I want to replace data dot replace with 9866 with 9849. 9866 ne 9849 to replace cheyadara anukunnanu. Okay, what will be the case? Data change avudda. Data change ayindi. Data ani kottinappudu mari aithe data replace ayindi anukunnam gaani data replace avadu ade cheptunnanu meeku malli strings are immutable. Strings ni data ga meer change cheyaledu kavana override cheyochu meeru data dot replace of 9949 data is equal to data dot replace. You can do that. Now it is okay. Now data will be overwritten by the new string value. The new string value. Any questions? Any doubts? You have 4 exercises to do that. Chesnara exercise chesnara. So let's take a break and join again. So,
జేసీ వచ్చిందా రాలేదు.
Yeah, now it's audible. I'm just explaining the same methods. I'm just explaining the same methods, don't worry. And one more thing, what happens in the slice? A split. So string dot split. Okay. So data or okay. D1 is equal to say Ramesh. Now D1 dot split. I don't give you anything. I don't give anything. No, you not even space. What happens? D1 will be split into characters, independent characters. Now there will be an array of how many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. So say for example D2 is equal to, now D2 contains 5 elements. Now D2 of 4 can be changed or not? D2 of 4 can be changed or not? Changed or not? Changed. D2 dot join. Is going to become a string. You can change your character and you can join as a string. Okay, but ultimately you need to replace it. Just a minute. So there are a few exercises, you can try them out and you can, they are simply completable, small exercises. Don't get afraid of them. You take the help of your friends, learn and gradually learn something. You need to. That's the only objective here. We are not trying to penalize you, or we are not trying to just make you feel uncomfortable learning all these things. If you are learning these things, means you are going to be more and more better candidate than anybody else in the market. So JavaScript numbers, anyway, we have already talked about it. And what I have talked that day is, you might not be knowing again, JavaScript floating point values are dangerous. That's what I am talking. 0.1 plus 0.2 is not always equal to 0.3. Right? They are dangerous because they are 64-bit values, precision values, high precision values. I mean, say, that's why they are floating point values. The floating point values are not directly BCDs. They are not BCDs, binary coded decimal. They are not binary coded decimals. They are directly float point conversions. So because of the conversion from a float point to a binary value, the values are not represented accurately and exactly. So even the 0.1 is not actually 0.1 in the computer memory. It is something else. And similarly for 0.2 also. So for that reason, you are seeing some of the result outside the thing when you are trying to add 0.1 plus 0.2. Since we can read the decimal numbers, we can understand decimal numbers and we can easily handle them. But 0.1 cannot be represented by a computer as it is. It has to be converted into binary. When it is converting into binary, the precision cannot be maintained. .1 cannot be maintained. Because of what reason you know it? Do you know that? Don't you? ఎందుకన్నా తెలిసే ఉంటుంది చెప్పుంటారు. How do you convert 0.1 to binary into 2? Equal to 0.4. So you need to take out 0 here. So the binary value I am putting it here is 0. Binary value I am writing here. 0.4 0.8. The binary value is again 0. The decimal take, that is equal to 1.6 into 2 is equal to 1.1. I'm sorry. 2, 0.4, starting again 0. Now the repeating 0, 0, 1 repeatedly. It's a bar. 0.11 bar. Recursion in 0.1 at all in binary. Similarly 0.2 also. So for that matter, when you try to add 0.1 plus 0.2, since they could not represent exactly, they rounded, normally computer rounds them off to the point where it can stop. Because of this getting rounded at before the value get increased. ఎప్పుడైనా వాల్యూ రౌండ్ చేస్తామంటే ఏమవుతుంది, నార్మల్గా వాల్యూ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుద్ది. ఇప్పుడు 0.7 రౌండ్ చేస్తే ఎంత అవుతుంది నార్మల్గా? Round to nearest integer 0.7. So the value normally get increases, sometimes decreases, but binary there is not much scope, 0 or 1. That's it. So normally it always try to put 1 only, not 0. Only 2 values covered, 1 better than 0 better than, because so much value is still left on the right side. So it will keep at the 1. So which is a value more than 0.1. Similarly for 0.2 also. And both together going to give more than the value 0.3. Understand the reason? But how do you solve this problem? So this is one way of solving the problem. First, convert the numbers into integers and divide with the corresponding multiplication factor. This is one way of solving the problem. I am converting this into integer first, and this is also going to be an integer, then dividing with the corresponding multiplication factor. Or other way around, fixed float around, fixed float. Fixed, float కాకుండా just a minute. Float real. Another way also, value also there, fixed precision. You can also maintain the fixed precision. So fixed precision, you can also maintain the fixed precision. Round can also be used, that's a different matter. To fixed, to fixed, to fixed, 0.1, 0.1 dot to fixed plus 0.2 dot to fixed. Sorry, to fixed. To fixed and x dot to fixed. Okay. Normally it has to work. Yeah, 0.1 to fixed plus percent fixed and they are getting concatenated. Why it is? Something wrong. X dot to fix. We will print something 5.04. To fix it, okay. The fixed of 1 is a different one. Okay, method round will also do the job. Otherwise, you can 0 is different. To fix it of 6. String out on the and this question. I'm having a question mark here. వస్తుందా 0.3 వచ్చిందా ఎడిషన్ మొత్తానికి అది డాట్ ఫిక్స్డ్ అని అలా కూడా చేయొచ్చు అది వేరు ఇది వేరు అంటే దట్ వాట్ ultimately you are trying to fix output will be getting fixed there. Input side also we can try. Output side we are trying to fix 0.1 plus 0.2 got to fix it, say of 5, then it may be giving you the right value of 0.3. Assuming the rest of the things are actually trimming, you are actually ignoring those values. So that's what you are actually trying to do. Okay, anyway, let's not. Different ways to solve the problem. Already we talked about numbers. This also works. It works just cheppanu kada. String. Number by string will also work. Though 10 is within the string, it does not an issue at all. This work cheyadu malli. Value not a number and a whole value will be not a number. Please understand it. Already చెప్పినట్టున్నాను. I already talked about 5 plus NN is always NN. మొత్తం addition లో ఒక్క number NN అయితే whole value will be NN. So you need to check when you are adding such things. You have to verify whether it is a number or not. Otherwise, you keep a 0 instead of that number. You can also make a new number. No, new number is an object. It's I already talked about it. Number, max value, min value, and they are there. So number properties. This is number dot max value. The max value. Either a number యొక్క maximum value. This is the maximum value that the computer can represent. And similarly, minimum value, min value. So minimum value of the computer representable value. And a negative infinity. You can also get a positive infinity and negative infinity. So highest number, negative. So minus infinity. So for example, 5 by 0 is how much? 5 by 0 is infinity. You can check whether 5 by 0 is equal to infinity or not. Is 5 by 0 equal to infinity or not? You can check. So similar such things you can always. Any other infinity values, any other impossible values, you going to infinity kind of thing, you can always check it. Okay, so that's how we can always make it. So these are all things available. Earlier they were not used to. But division error is ఒకప్పుడు division error 5 by 0. Non-maskable. Can get check, okay, for a random checking and all you can do that. Number methods. Number methods. 10 plus 20, how much? 10 plus 20 is how much? 10, 20. 10 into 20 is how much? 200. Here only the questions arise in our mind. ఏంటి ప్లస్ చేస్తే వర్క్ చేయలేదు, ఇంటూ చేస్తే వర్క్ చేస్తుందంటే that's how it is designed. You need to understand. When the first of all they are strings. There is a plus operator defined on both string and my number additions also. String concatenate చేసినప్పుడు they consider that the highest priority will be given to string. But multiplication operator is not applied to strings. So then it tries to convert them into numbers. So 10 is converted to number and 20 is converted to number. 10 into 20 is 200 is computing. Similarly, division also works. Similarly, division also works. 10 by 20. So you will also be getting the value. Similarly, the remainder percentage operator also works. 10 when divided 20, 10 is divided by 20, 10 is the remainder. So all these other operators work. Only addition. Minus also works, but not plus. So this is where you need to be very careful when using plus operator. Sorry, when using plus operator. So for that matter, there is something called parse int. parse int of 10 plus parse int of 20 will give you the right result. Though 10 and 20 are strings, but you are trying to parse them as numbers. So now what should I do? So parse in 10 and parse into 20a. What will be the result? పెట్టుకుంటే చెక్ చేసుకుని వెంటనే చెప్పేసి నేను మొబైల్లో కూడా చెక్ చేయొచ్చు కన్సోల్ తీసుకుని లేదా రాదేమో ఎంత వస్తుంది 30 వస్తుందా సో ఓకే A20 నాన్ వస్తుంది సో నాన్ బటర్ నాన్ plain nano over plain nano, right? So not a number. అంటే ఏం జరుగుతుందో అర్థం చేసుకోండి. వాట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్? ఓకే పోన్లే అలా అన్నది ఓకే 20a 30 ఏమవుతుంది ఇప్పుడు? 20a 30 parse in 20a 30 parse in 10. ఏం జరుగుతుందని అనలైజ్ చేయాలి మీరు. So yeah, it takes a string and to try to parse the numbers. Till the time it finds a character, it parses a number till that point. And it takes it and it will ignore the rest. If it could not find any number and if it encounters any character before finding a number, it is not a number. అంటే ఇలా చెప్పినట్టు మీకు ఇది వర్క్ చేయదు, ఇది వర్క్ చేస్తుంది. ఏ ముందు కనపడదు 2 కన్నా, కాబట్టి నెంబర్ కాదు అని అనుకుని వదిలేస్తుందండి. 22 కనపడింది, 20 కనపడింది, 20 కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తుంది. అప్పటికి ఏ కనపడేటప్పటికి ఇంకా ఇట్ డస్ నాట్ రిక్వైర్ టు పార్స్ ఎనీ మోర్. అంత ముందుకు వెళ్తే ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ మూవ్ ఫార్వర్డ్, ఇట్ విల్ స్టాప్ దేర్ అండ్ రిటర్న్ 20. సో దట్స్ హౌ ద పార్సింగ్ వర్క్స్. సింపుల్ మ్యాటర్. ఎలా అంటే ఈ పార్సింగ్ అనేది చూడండి, మీకు ఇదే మ్యాచ్ ఇందా చెప్పాను కదా. సో ఏదైనా నెంబర్ ఇచ్చాను 20a 30 డాట్ మ్యాచ్ ఆఫ్ ఎనీ నెంబర్ బిగినింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ స్టార్టింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ క్యారెట్ టెల్స్ బిగినింగ్ ఆఫ్ ది లైన్ మొదలుపెట్టి ఎనీథింగ్ 0 to 9 ఎనీ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్స్ స్టార్ you return me అన్నది అర్థం. లైన్ ఫస్ట్ స్టార్టింగ్ లో మొదలుపెట్టి ఏదన్నా కూడా 0 to 9 ఎన్నిసార్లు కనపడినా ఆ డిజిట్ ఒక డిజిట్ ఎన్ని డిజిట్లు కనపడినా అన్ని డిజిట్లు రిటర్న్ చేసేయి. తర్వాత ఏమైనా ఉంటే ఇగ్నోర్ చేసేయి. ఇప్పుడు ఏమొస్తుంది బయటికి? 20 వస్తుంది. అదే A20 ఇస్తే B20 30 ఏమొస్తుంది? నాన్ రాదు, బ్లాంక్ వస్తుంది. బ్లాంక్ పార్స్ ఇంటి చేసినప్పుడు ఇంటిజర్ కాదు అది, కాబట్టి ఇంటిజర్ కన్వర్ట్ చేయదు. అంటే మ్యాచ్ ఇంటర్నల్గా ఇట్స్ యూజింగ్ రెగ్యులర్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్స్ టు చెక్ వెదర్ ఇస్ ఏ స్టార్టింగ్ బిగినింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద బిగినింగ్ వెదర్ ఇస్ ఎ నంబర్ అన్నాడు. క్యారెట్ మెన్షన్స్ ఆఫ్ బిగినింగ్ ఆఫ్ ది లైన్. అలాగే ఎండింగ్ లో కూడా చెక్ చేయాలి, ఎండింగ్ లో తీసుకోవచ్చు. మీకు కెన్ చేంజ్ ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్. మీకు చివరిలో నుంచి వచ్చిన నెంబర్లు కావాలి మీకు. యూ వాంట్ టు చెక్ ఇట్. నో ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు టేక్ ద బిగినింగ్, ఐ వాంట్ టు గెట్ ద నెంబర్స్ దట్ ఆర్ ఎట్ ది ఎండ్. ఏమొస్తుంది అవుట్పుట్ లోకి? ఎనీ డిజిట్స్ దట్ కెన్ బి దేర్ ఎట్ ది ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ది లైన్. ఏమొస్తాయి? 30 రావాలి అవుట్పుట్ లోకి. No, I don't want that. I want to get the numbers between any two characters. You can also group the matches. That's a different matter. Grouping cheyali. So you can group them out. There can be a character. There can be a character. Or there can be a non-number. There can be a not number. Followed by any number. This is what I want to group. And there should also be a not a number. Followed by not a number. Whenever you put character within a square bracket, it will be negation. Square bracket lo pedithe negation. And 0 to 9 kaanivi emanna unte akkada. First lo kuda 0 to 9 kaakunda emanna unte. Avi వదిలేసి మీరు గ్రూప్ చేసి మొత్తం మీద let me give me show me something. Okay, nothing. లేదు ఏమి ఉంటుంది కదా 20 రిటర్న్ చేయాలి. సో ఇక్కడ స్క్వేర్ బ్రాకెట్ వెరిఫై చేస్తున్నట్టు. Let us see. Okay, dollar. I am looking for dollar. Yeah, B20A. So I don't want that B20A. B20 is not required. So B20 is not. Okay, you can group them out. Group kuda cheyachu. Group అయిపోతుంది. So the total match pattern is B20A, and I want the group. What is grouped? Bracket lo పెట్టిన group. So that group is what I want. 20. I want the 20. So that's how we can always match it. Or if you want to get all the three groups also, you can get it. So this is called regular expressions. Regular expressions you need to understand the theory of automata. Automata theory. A context, grammar, so avanni teliyali. Then there follow avutundi empty star plus all these things. There's a star plus kanisam oka digit undali. Star ante 0 or more kada. Kanisam 1 digit undali plus petali appudu. Appudu this will match something. This will match even something is not there. Ila kuda match chestadu intaku mundu aithe. Star pettinappudu దీన్ని కూడా మ్యాచ్ చేస్తుంది. స్టార్ పెడితే 0 బిఏ మ్యాచ్ అయింది. ఎందుకు 0 to 9 can be there, it cannot be there also. But whereas I want at least 1 digit plus, then it will not allow us to match. ఇన్పుట్ ఇదే కదా, దీనికే ఇక్కడ స్టార్ పెట్టాను, అక్కడ పెట్టలే, ఇక్కడ స్టార్ పెట్టాను. ఇందాక బిఏ ఇచ్చినా యాక్సెప్ట్ చేసింది. ఓకే, బిఏ ఇచ్చినా కూడా యాక్సెప్ట్ చేసింది. ఇప్పుడు అదే ప్లస్ ఇస్తే ఇక్కడ it will not accept it. Minimum 1 character, no, nothing. The same thing if you do it for 20 or 230, whatever it is, it will get minimum 1 number. 20, 30 will be the output. This is what I am actually trying to get. Match. Match will return either the string and also all the groups. As many groups as you want, you will get all the groups. So that's how we can always get it. Okay, you need to understand regular expressions, and it will take a lot more time, but you need to practice as much as possible to find out all the patterns. And parse float, parse int. So these are the two different things. It is a number converted from its argument. Also you can try it out. So for example, new or number of A20 is not a number. Number of 20A is also not a number. So it cannot. Number of 20 is a number. So it also tries. So parse int is a little bit flexible than number. Number is not flexible. If it is going to contain any other character other than number, it is not going to return it. Understand? Similarly, parse float. Why parse into parse float? First of all, again, let us ask the question back. Why do we need them? Hmm? First of all, you understand it. Whichever it is. Computer can only understand strings. Everything is going to convert into the ASCII value. ASCII value అంటే strings అంటే characters. Number కూడా characters. Please understand it. అందుగురించి మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు చెప్పండి. మీరు సి ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో నెంబర్ రీడ్ చేయడానికి ఏం చేస్తాం? స్కాన్ఎఫ్ లో %d ఎందుకు పెడతాం? %d ఎందుకు పెడతాం? అదే ఎందుకు పెడతాం? ఫార్మాట్ స్పెసిఫైరే. %d ఎందుకు పెట్టాలి? ఆ స్కాన్ చేసేది ఏంటి? బేసిక్ వాట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ యాక్చువల్లీ స్కానింగ్? ఇట్ ఈస్ స్కానింగ్ స్ట్రింగ్. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ అండర్స్టాండ్ ఇట్. అది మీ కీబోర్డ్ మీద టైప్ చేసేది ఏదైనా కూడా స్ట్రింగే. ఆ స్ట్రింగ్ని ఎలా చదవమని చెప్తున్నారు మీరు? దాన్ని ఎలా అర్థం చేసుకోమంటున్నారు? దట్స్ వాట్ యు ఆర్ ట్రైయింగ్ టు టెల్ computer. Okay, though I am giving something to you, you interpret it as a decimal number. Percentage tells it this is a decimal number I am giving, not the number. You can also give hexadecimal number also. Percentage X you can give there. So whichever the way that you ask it to interpret, you are asking it to interpret. This is the model in which I am trying to give you. Please interpret it. The format what I am giving you. Okay, so that's why we are always tell that is you scan your, that's a, you also have in Java also scanner. What scanner is it? Integer read చేయడానికి ఏముంది? Parse int కాదు. you are expected to read an integer from the keyboard. One way is you can read it in the string and you can also parse it as a string integer. And do you have any scanner, integer scanner? Scanner? Leda. Next integer scanner ఉంది కదా, new scanner system in int number next int can scan through integer. కీబోర్డ్ నుంచి చదివేవన్నీ స్ట్రింగ్సే, కానీ మీరు you are asking it the computer to read numbers. Util.scanner, right? Integer.parseInt is one of the way that you can integer, you can read an integer, but other way is system.in scanner and in.nextInt. You can directly read an integer. So I'm jumping from one to other, don't worry. So that's why you need to learn the things in a connected manner. So to string, already we have seen that in the other way also, number ni string lo convert cheyochu. So 20 and 20 kada, 20 to string, you can convert it. I'm sorry, number first number anali first. So A is a number offset 20. A dot to string. Or 20 is going to be a string. Because you can convert it. Okay, you can do exponential number using exponential notation. Exponential notation is a scientific calculator E, or the to fixed notation, to precision, value of. Anyway, whenever they come in our actual usage, I will again come back and tell about this. So what is that? 1023. You try them out. If you do not understand any one of them, please ask me. What is math here? In JavaScript, what is math? In Java, math is a static class. Here math is a static object. And write math ఉంటుంది మీకు ఇక్కడ math dot absolute value of -10. What is the value? Math dot ABS of -10. What will be the value? -10 ki absolute value enta? -10 యొక్క absolute value enta? And మీ ఎవరు మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ కాదు అక్కడ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ మ్యాథ్స్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఎవరు మీలో మ్యాథ్స్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ నుంచి రాని వాళ్ళు ఎంతమంది మ్యాథ్స్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ లేదు అసలు ఇక్కడ కాదమ్మా ఇలా రెండు గీతల మధ్య నెంబర్ రాసి వేస్తాం కదా అబ్సల్యూట్ వాల్యూ అంటాం కదా మోడ్ వాల్యూ అంటాం దాన్ని అబ్సల్యూట్ వాల్యూ అంటాం 10 any positive or negative value will always be represented as absolute value of -10. -10 యొక్క యాక్చువల్ వాల్యూ ఎంత అబ్సల్యూట్ వాల్యూ అంటే ఆ సైన్స్ తీసేస్తే మాట్లాడే వాల్యూ ఎంత అనేది క్వశ్చన్ ఎంత సైన్స్ తీసేస్తే మాట్లాడే వాల్యూ 10 అది ఎనీ నెంబర్ నార్మల్లీ carries an absolute value based on the sign before it will change its actual value but the absolute value is always 10 or the number whatever we are representing. So that's called absolute value. So similarly math dot power of 9 comma 2. How much? 9 comma 0.5. How much? So math dot power of 27th cubed root కావాలి నాకు ఎలాగా 27th యొక్క cubed root కావాలి 27th యొక్క cubed root కావాలి 0. ఎలా రాస్తారు 1/3 ని అది చెప్తారని I'm just asking you that thing. Don't. Sometimes you should not get into details. Sometimes you have to get into the when to and when not to do. That's what you need to know. In that point, 1/2 I would have written it there, but I wrote it purposefully 0.5 to make you too confused. To cube through it. But you thought in a different way like 0.33. 0.33 cannot be an absolute value. Try it out. 0.33. It's not the cube root of 27. Understand? Right, nth root. Can you find out an nth root of any number? So what is nth root of 1024? 10. 10th root of 1024. 10th root of 1024. 10th root of 1024. Must be 2. Right? So you know that. You know that. So power is so powerful function in math. Right? You can do the find any root or any power. Any power means it cannot go beyond its precision. For example, math dot power of 1024 to the power of 10,024. Is it possible? It is infinity. It cannot find out the value. Because it's going beyond its maximum value. That's why it's actually. So that's how you need to always find out some kind of thing. This is still within the limit of its max value. 10 to the power of 24 to the power of 10 is still within the limits of that one. 300 and odd something. What is the max value? Number dot max value, no? The 308. అంటే ఏంటి 100 వరకు వెళ్ళొచ్చు దాదాపు కదా అదే 100 వరకు వెళ్ళాం 20 వరకు వెళ్ళాము 28 అంతే అయింది కదా అంతే 20 30 40 వరకు వెళ్ళొచ్చు 40 ఎంత అవుతుంది 40 అంటే ఇది సో దీని టైమ్స్ అవుతుంది 2 4 16 160 దాటిపోతుంది సో 80 అన్నమాట 80 సో 80 అంటే డబుల్ 240 అవుతుంది సో 80 కన్నా ఇంకో 20 పెంచితే ఓకే క్లోజ్ టు దాట్ దట్స్ క్లోజ్ టు దట్ బట్ నాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ బట్ ఇట్స్ క్లోజ్ టు దట్ 308 కదా కొంచెం వెళ్ళొచ్చు కావాలి సో ఎనీవే whatever it is you always understand these things and math so you can do sine cos so sine math dot random math dot it generates a random number right okay any random number between 0 and 1. Now I am asking you to generate a random number between 100 and or between 1 and 1000. How do you do it? Huh? Between 1 and 1000. Random of 1 comma. Random is pure. It generates a number between 0 and 1 only. But I am asking you to generate a number between 0 and 100. How do you generate it? 0 and 1 and 1000 or 0 and 1000. ఏం చేస్తే వస్తుంది అక్కడ మీ బేసిక్ నాలెడ్జ్ అప్లై అవ్వాలి వాట్ ఇస్ ద బెస్ట్ వే టు గెట్ దట్ నెంబర్ నో ఆప్షన్ ఆ నెంబర్ చూస్తే మీకు అర్థమైపోవాలి నేను అడిగిన నెంబర్ ఇవ్వడానికి మీకు ఏ లాజిక్ ఉపయోగిస్తే నేను అడిగిన నెంబర్స్ వస్తాయండి థౌజండ్ లోపే వస్తుంది ఏ నెంబర్ వచ్చినా 1000 నుంచి ఏ నెంబర్ రాదు ఎన్నిసార్లు కొట్టండి 1000 లోపే వస్తుంది నెంబర్ ఇది అంటే కనెక్టెడ్ నాలెడ్జ్ when you are seeing a number that number is between 0 and 1 and I am asking a number to be in 1 and 1000 or 0 and 1000, what should you do? That's what you need to know. So there is a minimum function, math.min of. Okay, math.min. Similarly, max function is also there. You can give as many numbers as you want. It has minimum number and maximum. Math.random. Then there's a random number. Between 0 and 1. It cannot be 0, it cannot be 1. Please understand it. Math.round off. Anyway, you know that rounding. Ceiling, flooring. So 0 and 10 now. 0 and 10 మధ్య నెంబర్ జనరేట్ చేయాలంటే by 7. It's not a rational number. It's not even kind of irrational number. It's a special number, special thing. So log and you can ask absolute value. Okay, arc cosine, arc sine, arc tan 2, seal cos, exponentiation. E power x anamata exponentiation ante floor max min power random round sine square root tan. So major things, but ikkada manaki vaadinappudu cheptam. I'm actually I need to go a little early, but anyway, dates. Let me finish dates, then I will leave. So what is date here? So a date, okay, you can display a date, directly you can call the method date. That is date. What is date? So D is equal to date of something. What is the type of D? What is type of D? String. Understand? Now D1 is equal to new date. What is the type of D1? Object. Same method, when you put new in front of it, it is going to return an object. When the same thing date, if you call it as a function, it is going to return as a string. Right? So is D is equal to D1? True or false? Sorry. Okay? Is D is equal? Okay, D is not equal to D1. D is missing. Okay, because the value got changed. Because the value got changed. Unfortunately, the value got changed. Otherwise, it would have been equal. రెండు ఒకే టైంలో ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసి ఉంటే రెండు ఈక్వల్ అయ్యేవి. కావాలంటే ఒక స్ట్రింగ్ వాల్యూ మార్చుతాను. ఓకేనా? ఓకే, d1 డాట్ టు స్ట్రింగ్. d1 డాట్ టు స్ట్రింగ్ of d. D ని మళ్ళీ రీఅసైన్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఓకే, is d is equal to d1? ఎందుకు వాల్యూ ప్రకారం both are equal, but d is not a object, d1 is an object. That's what. Now d1 dot, you can get date. There is a method available, so that is 18th today. Get month, you can also get month. Right? So numeric month also, the month names also you can get it. Dot, get full year, get hours, get milliseconds, everything you can get it. Use date, seconds, so set date, so on and so forth, set month. You can also set it again. You can change the date object values also. Okay, date string to get to date string, set year to string to time string. All these things you can do. JSON object you can also, I will tell you JSON later. Anyway, so date is an object here. Date is an object. Okay, so and as well as date is also a string. Date is also a string. Now I want a date, a particular date. So dt is equal to get new date of, you can give the values, parameters. You can give the parameter values. So what is the date you want to process? So 01 July 2014. Now it is going to be creating a new data object with a particular value. A new data object with a particular value is going to return. So that d2 contains the date that you tell. If you do not give anything, it will take the current date, current time. If you tell a particular date and particular time, it will take it. For example, the same date I want to take 16 hours, 32 minutes, 40 seconds. Now it will take 16 hours, 32 minutes, 40 seconds. So whatever you mention, the date can be given in a string format. And if you mention that in a clearly readable manner, for example, if you do something like this, what will be the case now? 01 05 2014. What will be the case now? Is it Jan 5th or 1st May? అది ఫస్ట్ మేనా జాన్ 5th? మనందరం ఫస్ట్ మే అనుకుంటాం, కానీ కంపెనీ జాన్ 5th అనుకుంటాం. ఎందుకు? in US and across the world, most of the countries and most standards are set like that: first month, day, year. But we normally follow day, month, year, right? So that's why you are seeing a difference here. Again, we clearly mention like 01 July 2014, no issue, no ambiguity. Everybody can understand it. Understand? So these are the small things that you need to take a note of them and also get to know. So the date also can be considered as a number also. What is the number? Okay, d2 dot or d1 dot milliseconds. Get to number. The number we can also convert into a full number like this. This is a number. Every second is represented, every millisecond, every second is represented in the form of a number. So since beginning of something. So the 1970 January 1st. In milliseconds, number of milliseconds since January 1st. So this is the one. So in the milliseconds, 1970 నుంచి వచ్చినాయి calculate. So that's big. Since computers got started near around the same time. Okay, displaying the dates anyway. You can understand them and you can also get the date. Date in milliseconds also you can give. You get milliseconds at 657 also. Complete kavali ante we need to get it. So we need to get it. October ila kuda rayachu date. You can also tell the first month followed by date, followed by comma, followed by year, followed by date, time, hours, minutes, seconds. And microseconds also, if you want to give, you can also give that milliseconds also can give. Milliseconds could volunteer could watch me. Dot 545 milliseconds. And if you get the d2 dot milliseconds, 544. A dot tarvata ichindi milliseconds anna. 40 seconds, 545 milliseconds. So you can always give. So new date in the format of like this also you can give. Okay, so that's a kind of 86,400 seconds per day into 1000 days. అంటే January 1st నుంచి 1000 days తర్వాత వేస్తున్నాడు వీడు. 1970 January 1st నుంచి 1000 days తర్వాత వచ్చే డేట్ ఏమొస్తుంది? సో d3 is equal to new date 86,400 into 1000 days. So per day 86,400 seconds. Okay, I'm sorry. And milliseconds kada. One day ne. I'm sorry. Milliseconds kada. So that many milliseconds. One day. And almost it's going to be the. What is it? Star petanga. For D captain. So January 2nd, 1970. One day lad. First day, that's what? And one day, 86,400 seconds into 1000 milliseconds. And one day after Jan 1st, 1970, that is Jan 2nd, 1970. So that's how you can calculate. So put 365 days. So if you want to do the same thing into 365, 1970 into the 363 days on 70 and 365 days. So one day at 365 days tarvata January 1st 1971 and milliseconds that is adi. That's how. So you can calculate like that. So you can also do something. So if you try doing something like this, what happens? Minus pedite 1 year before. So you can travel back into the time. Time ki venakku kuda travel cheyochu. 1970 venakku kuda you can travel back. Okay, good. So you can try it out and you can just learn the way that what I am telling here, because these are small things that are very important. Otherwise you will be very So here also another format in which you can mention. This is 1999, May 24th, 11 hours, 33 minutes, 30 seconds, 0 milliseconds. ఇలా కూడా మీరు చెప్పొచ్చు డేట్. ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్, మంత్, డే, అవర్స్, మినిట్స్, సెకండ్స్, milliseconds. Okay. Good then. See you tomorrow and do the exercises and practice as much as you can to make you more and more comfortable. Once you get to know everything like this, and we will jump into the next thing called jQuery. And we another day and a half, maybe we need to spend time on JavaScript itself. See you. Thank you. New change.